Yeba eba be breaking or ha e de mam kwabena Addo Boahen ena no ada de course so e wo high court and on any lawyer de course so e wo high court no eye deputy attorney general e raise eye some objection bi a objection na eye deputy attorney general e raise ye no omo ka se omo nte ase ne ente ase china omo munu ya akum enti no omo pie free high court a omo kopie mu e wo appeals court se omo kwa akọ appeali na sa application omo de kopie mu appeals court no enne appeals court omotenase na tena na omotenase no abuzua ensem bebre ena epie efri ho ediba na eye 3-member panels ena omotenase and sa panels e omotenase abuzua yabu edi eti akwabena Addo Boahen ne lawyers no ene ya project edi ato ye screen no enchen edi amam no Court of Appeal dismisses former NSB boss kwabena Addo Boahen's application for stay of proceedings, disallows disclosures of certain documents. Abusua enti eno ena echese etsiye ewo appeals court wa dizia no eye lawyer attach na onhu ba bia ode ne asemo efa na esanso eye sa former sports minister Auditor General's report ode ba abonten no abusua ensem bi nso ekokoso ewo political highway ne so yede to am so bet breaking news na nkasa no kwabena Addo Boahen ne lawyer eno ene ya project ede ato ye screen no enchen ede amamo no enti no momianko ne yankonko tie eye former sports minister Sikebia odi ye ewo eye ministry o ehon nsem ne bi na ye ba ye de aka abeto am so na abusua ye ba bedi enkomo bi ede akyerem na sa enkomo na ye ba bedi na ha sei no abusua se ope computer papa no we use ya abusua bora eye Perosi computers and accessories abusua Perosi computers and accessories eho ena quality laptops eye de ewo se ope laptop papa okra de kra wo ne se budget bia ekra obia no Perosi computers obema obia use se usika wo form se usika wo so obema laptop papa no way de we use na eba location na o location ye problem emfa ma Perosi se o Accra o Kumasi o Koforidua o Cape Coast o de beba e de ama se o outside Ghana, UK, Germany, Portugal, USA, Canada, Perosi edebeba pick number na was on a free Perosi na onfa odie enfamre 0247 030 108 and I say 0597 942 133 so fresh numbers me na wenya Mr. Perosi sounds of fresh 0540 882 824 Perosi computers abusua eho and a laptop papa efie ewo na ye laptops na say machines ye using no ono ankasa na e provide ede MI say ode ko school say ode business say open gaming machine Perosi ebenya mama me yakona yenkonkoti ensema ekoso.
It's a pain.
It's a pain?
Yes, reading through it you'll be very teary.
It stinks?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, more than stinking. This report, nobody anywhere should be in the position to defend this report. No way. I heard the former minister yesterday saying that when the report reaches Parliament, he will have his day to talk to it. But I think that good practice will mean that queries are raised when these auditors try to audit. They raise queries, they ask questions, and you provide the report. For example, we found something that the Ministry of Youth and Sports, or Ministry of Sports, paid 38 million to a company for equipment contract that was worth 3.2 million. Why? Even if it is a situation that monies are not paid early, the variance within it is so high. Then they also paid for things like air travel, and they paid fixed amounts. Where the contracts or the elements of the contract are variable, the things change by day, yet you pay a fixed amount. Is it to the detriment of Ghana or to the detriment of the one providing? Of course, we also had a situation where even WADA, the sports testing organization, the doping testing, they said when you benchmark their costs with what went into the All-African Games, it is way too much. Why? The amount of money that we have been told we have lost, 580 million Ghana cedis. Granted, that is the truth. Granted, that is the truth. that would have built hospitals, that would have built roads, that would have cleared the garbage we have in the streets, that would have removed the chokes in the gutters so that there will be no flooding. And there will be somebody who will defend this. In fact, it stinks to the high heavens. But the question I need to ask is, why until the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, asked for the forensic audit, nothing was done until then? Since 2023, someone was in charge. 2024, someone was in charge. And these are the people who are preaching accountability and reliability for us to give them the mandate to rule this country. Why? I believe that I don't actually know why the report needs to go to Parliament. I think the surcharging must be quick and must be robust. And it's the very reason why I believe that these are the very things that we need to go after and recover this loot for Ghana. And this goes beyond create, share, and loot. It goes beyond that. Because what we are saying, let me read another one for you. They said that there was an overcharge amounting to 8 million for testing. 8 million Ghana cedis, not the old Ghana, and which, if it's in euro terms, 572,000. Go here. You see that a company that was linked to one person, 3 companies linked to one person, was paid 3.16 million for branding of vehicles. Remember bus branding in Ghana? You remember how MPP made noise out of bus branding, yet, and that amount didn't reach 3.15 million. Yet someone was given 3.16 million for branding and debranding of vehicles for the games. Come on, what are we doing to ourselves? I believe that my brother here and my brother here as well, Dr. Zato and Alfred, I mean, their defense of this should be a bit watered down. I don't expect that they should defend this. At least their defense might only be, let's hear from the other side. Beyond that, what are you defending about this? Assuming they are even lawyers, what are they defending about this? And these are monies that I check how much it costs for World Athletics Championship, and it's about $70 million. And we have spent 2.something billion Ghana cedis on this, which is way, way more than $70 million. Why? And what did we gain out of it? What is the benefit to the country? Tourism, the hotel industry, what's the benefit to the country? I think that this is something that nobody, and I'll be surprised if anybody on this table will defend this.
Well, at the end of the day, when you ask the accountant, they will tell you that saying that there are losses necessarily do not mean that somebody pilfered or embezzled. Because there's an audit conference that's held, but the fact that they could not reproduce at the time the auditors wanted it did not give any indication that somebody pilfered.
No, you see, the audit report was a bit detailed. For example, it says here that the audit uncovered systemic flaw in the structure of 14 major service contracts. They were awarded at fixed predetermined lump sum. So whether the figures change tomorrow, become lower, nobody cares. Now, contracts reveal no reconciliation controls. You can, for example, if you are giving 1 cedi for this, there is no way they will say whether you have gone to buy the pen at 1 cedi. Whether you have even bought the pen, there's nothing there. Because they said that there's no documentation to link actual payments to quantities delivered. How will you justify that to say that that is not a loss? Then they paid for travel. So for travel, you need to see tickets, manifests, etc. And there was none that they saw. You need to see the logs, you need to see test results. None was provided. How then are you going to say that this is not a loss? You see, the law about causing financial loss to the state, sometimes I wonder if it really bites, or if it is that we go for stealing, which will be one that will be quickly proved and people will be sent to jail. Something like this. My mother in my hometown, watching us today, reading this, listening to this, will be asking questions. How come that all these people are still being allowed to walk and roam the streets freely when there are people who stole goats and sheep and are languishing in jail? This is something we need not allow to happen. And going forward, when you see, that is the reason why all these organizations come for money tomorrow, then people are very reluctant to help. The amount of money here is too staggering. You can't believe that somebody will spend 336 million was committed and paid without any verifiable alignment between the contract sum and the service delivered. Wow. You can't do that. It can never happen in any private entity. Let's take Toyota, let's take Newmont, let's take any private one, or one of these foreign things. Now you spend 336 million Ghana cedis without anything to show that this is what I spend it for. It never happens. Why should it happen to Ghana government?
You are in the profession, so there will be key benchmarks you would want to benchmark your own submissions on, because blatantly it also means that everybody else providing service would have been bundled to have been individuals or companies or shareholders that embezzled monies for specific purposes.
Good morning once again to Roland, to Solo, to my brother, my lawyer, and also to Dr. Zato. And I'll take this opportunity to wish Honorable Afenyo Markins, who happens to come from my region, the minority leader, a very good gentleman, a very solid guy. He's straightforward, up in front, and I wish him a very happy birthday, because he's one of the few people in Ghana that will stand up and make sure that he speaks the truth and his voice is heard. Also to Alasan Tampuli, my brother Alaji, I wish him a very happy birthday and I wish him all the best. To Dr. Baumia and Lady Samira, I wish them Eid Mubarak. I believe that this day, that is a day of sacrifice, and their sacrifices that they are giving out to Mother Ghana will bear fruits very soon. And the good heart that Dr. Baumia has, and the good mind that he has to deliver for this country, will be manifested from 2029 going. And I know that his good works would work out, and people will see the good that he has to give to Ghana, Mother Ghana. I'm glad you asked him a very simple question about what finance people would ask in general terms, but he really could not give an answer. First and foremost, I would say the report that has been given, I don't know whether it's a form of, hitting people or bringing certain things out. I would want the auditors, if truly people have mismanaged, to be taken up. But whilst he was reading, I quickly glanced through, just a quick one. I glanced through something here, and it says JDK Travel and Tours, unqualified firm. And why were they saying it's an unqualified firm? They said travel and tour, they don't have accommodation, so they can't give accommodation, which is quite strange, because I know that travel and tours, what they usually do is that when they are giving you
license,
it says
license.
I'm coming. In a particular glaring case, JDK Travel and Tours, registered as a travel and tour entity, was engaged to provide accommodation service despite having no accommodation license and operating merely as an intermediary. Travel and tour, when they go all across the world, when they are getting you a ticket and things, and they are taking you for travel, this then, they give you accommodation as well. You see? And so I would plead that this report should be scrutinized very well. But moreover, I asked myself, when you look at this report and you look at what happened recently with the African Games, should we undercut to disgrace ourselves, or should we give a proper budget? Because these budgets are scrutinized. I believe that everything is scrutinized before it goes out. After everything is scrutinized. And then he mentioned that there were no tests to prove that these doping tests were done. Then if you are saying there was no test, then the whole amount should be put as stealing or corruption or corrupted related matters. Because you can't say that, it was overpriced. And you come and tell me here on the studio that there were no tests to show that these doping tests were done. You see, let's be careful in scrutinizing some of these things or pointing fingers at people quickly. I am someone who I believe that when people do things or they overprice things, they should be queried. They should be asked questions. They should be given the chance to defend. And I'm glad the minister says that he's waiting for his day in parliament for him to respond under oath to all these things.
That's the Honorable Yusuf.
The Honorable Yusuf. He said he's going to respond. And he used the word parliament because in parliament, it's going to go into the Hansard. So it was going to go under oath. And everything I believe, because Yusuf, since I knew him, when he started his elections and he lost and he came back, I've known him to be a straightforward person. I don't see Yusuf as someone who will go and overprice and overbloat things.
I don't understand. What does somebody's face and character got to do with
I
investment?
know him, and I don't believe he will do that. That doesn't mean anything can happen. The knowing I know him as a brother and as a friend, the relationship we've had, I don't believe something like this could happen. And I'll be glad for him to come out and defend this, or to come and say that, yes, he erred here and there. And we'll all see it. But I would say that this report, as we are seeing it today, I really don't want to say that it could be a witch hunt, or it could be something that they are just doing to take attention off, as they are usually doing over the last few months, or 1 year, 4 months. Because over the 1 year, 4 months, all they do is that when they say anything, or they see that they are going wrong, or the people complain about they not delivering even on basic promises that they've given, then they bring all sorts of things to cloud the air. I'll be glad that this report will be scrutinized very well. This is just the beginning, and we are going to do that. But however, I would say that comparing this, that they have spent so much to get a glamorous, good name that was sent out there into the open world, as against the recently All African Games, that you saw some of the things that happened.
The Senior Athletics Championship.
There's what?
The African Senior Athletics Championship.
Senior Athletics Championship. You saw just here at Legon, we heard and we saw some of the things that went on. Even with the South Africans, with all other things that went on. In fact, when people were leaving this country, the name that was going out there was very bad. When I listened to some of the sports journalists, the things that they were even saying about our own people and how they run this sports relations was very, very poor. And I don't think that we want to undercut to spoil our name, to undercut to destroy a game, or to undercut and get a bad report or reputation. I believe that sometimes, if you want to get the best, you spend more. That is why there can be two houses that look the same, but you go into one and you see that one is extra beautiful, right, because they spent more and they spent for quality. And you get the other one that you didn't want to spend, so you go and it's just the basic necessities over there, and you don't want to stay there, but you want to stay in the rich and the top environment.
This tournament, we all know glaringly, led to us having new stadiums.
Which one?
The one that has been under the
Boahen.
So we had new stadium, new roads attached.
The road from even what do you call it, School Junction to Boahen, super.
And then leading to Committee 24.
And even recently, I saw that before we left, I saw that there were certain places that they made the contractor go back, take and redo it, because they saw some less than in. So it tells you that a lot of money went in. That's why I said Kwanchan DF, this kind of idea. So some of these things.
So your reference to the Kwanchan DF, are you saying that a tournament, in comparison with what we just saw, once is a glitz, and then there's glamour and extravagance, and then questions are raised about over expenditure, the glitz and glamour argument should supersede issues about over expenditure and overvaluing.
What we are looking at, was there money spent to get something quality?
Your quality was gotten.
Yes. So if you spend enough to get quality, I will go for spending enough to get quality than not spending for a name to be sports. Right now, when you ask about these recent, are you happy about these recent games, how it went?
Well,
and the
at
news
the beginning,
associated
no.
Even at the end, I mean,
I'm not
this
happy
game
about,
was a sham.
I'm not happy about the dent on Ghana's reputation about whether we can organize or not organize, especially coming from the 2023
and getting a super game like that.
So I say again, let me rephrase my question. I'm asking, are you saying that on the altar of having an extravagant, well-praised, well-organized tournament
and well spent,
if there are benchmarks about average values of items and supplies, which have been overvalued and then overpriced, these should not be key concerns, whether the tournament was well organized or was well received or not?
So I'll give you one here that I just glanced. They say the audit uncovered a systematic flaw in the structures of 14 major service contracts. What was it compared against? You see, these are some of the things that we look at. Give me the benchmark that you are using so that when I'm looking at it, I can say that, oh, yes, what you are saying is very true. But you just bring a report and tell me that accommodation, anti-doping 10.4, accommodation 88 million, catering 146 million and everything. I remember not long ago.
This is not a report. So don't.
Oh, so this is your
This is
your study
highlights
notes. Your study notes from the NDC communication team.
Whether it's from NDC or MPP communication.
Oh, then I don't even know. I mean, because he's a government rep, I know. I felt he was giving me a proper. Oh, then I don't have to look at it because then I don't have to even look at it.
Okay, abusuan we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway so eye kwabena edubuan le lawyer attaching eye application omde ko pie ewo appeals court no ya bo atu agu amomo age omoni so nti omo ba back to eye high court na proceedings and as a trials no akoso ewo ho ya beda masesa mo je penekoko tis a ensem we edemai aha eye gossip politics TV so beda mase